So, man, you gonna ID yourself or you gonna go to jail? Which one?
What happened though?
I've already explained it to you twice. The last opportunity before we take you out of the car and put you in cuffs.
My name said. My name said.
Hey, stay in the vehicle.
My name said so what?
What's your
I
last
just told you my name said.
Go ahead and get out.
Am I being detained?
We're just waiting to see if they want you no trespass.
So
If
am
they
I being
say
detained?
You are till they tell us.
What
that you want
crime
no
do you
trespass.
suspect me as committing?
What did I just tell you?
I'd like your supervisor out here. Call a supervisor because you're illegally detaining me.
Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, our channel explores public rights, responsibilities, and the complexities of recording in public spaces. Today, we're focusing on the Jonesboro Police Department in Arkansas. We'll be looking at a case where someone was tasered and injured just for providing the right information. Check out the video to see exactly what happened. I have included the links to these awesome channels featured in the video description. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts with us.
At 10, a passenger forcefully pulled from a car and tased by police.
You need to turn the music down a little bit. That's
Okay, I'm sorry.
disorderly. Have you been drinking or anything?
I'm sorry.
That's when Jonesboro police approached this car for loud music.
You have your driver's license on you?
The driver was a designated driver because the group, according to Washington, had been drinking. Driver's license in hand, it almost appears the encounter is over until officers notice more people in the car.
You mind rolling yours down?
They don't have ID and question why they're being asked for it since they're not driving.
I need everybody's ID. What's your name? What's your name? I've already explained it. If I have to ask you again, you're going to go for obstruction.
So, man, you gonna ID yourself or you gonna go to jail? Which one?
What happened though?
I've already explained it to you twice. The last opportunity before we take you out of the car and put you in cuffs.
My name said. My name said.
Hey, stay in the vehicle.
My name said so what?
What's your
I
last
just
name?
told you my name said.
Go ahead and get out.
So like the news reporter said, this encounter should have been over. Like it's pretty common for people who are heading out for drinks to leave their driver's license at home. It's a way to avoid temptation and stay responsible. I do it too, right? In this case, the designated driver was pulled over by the cops while the car was just parked. The police said it was because the music was too loud. The driver turned down the music and handed over their license. And at that point, the situation should have ended. But the cops kept asking the passengers for ID. We all know passengers don't have to show ID. But this one decided to give his name 3 times. Then out of nowhere, he gets pulled out of the car. It's not what you might think. There's more to it.
No weapons are seen, no marijuana, no open container, according to the police report, but there's a definite sense of urgency.
I just told you my name. I said my name is Cedric.
Put it behind your back.
I just told you my name.
I'm not gonna tell you again. Roll over. Roll over.
Hey. Hey.
Roll over.
I just
Watch
told
out.
you. Hold
Watch
on.
out.
You asked. He told
What these officers don't know is that Washington has a metal rod in his leg. That after suffering a car accident and having his leg rebuilt at the Med in Memphis.
It happened so fast. It went from 0 to 1,000 in 2.5 seconds.
He's faking. Put your legs Indian style so you can stay sitting up.
this man do not bend at all.
He just said he's got a rod in his leg.
You want to see it?
EMTs come to check Washington out.
Oh, when you left one? Okay, so
Yeah, that electricity hit that.
Come back.
you're still on.
Huh?
You're still on.
I told you my birthday.
In fact, an officer admits he entered the wrong information.
Make sure you are who you say you are, because I messed up your date of birth. That was my fault. Make sure you are who you say you are, because I messed up your date of birth. That was my fault.
But the ambulance soon leaves and Washington is arrested.
This guy wasn't resisting violently, so there was no reason for tasers. He was screaming in pain because of his leg, and even though he was clearly in pain, the officer started saying he was faking it. But he wasn't. In Jonesboro, Arkansas, the police officer ran this guy's name and got a different response from the computer than what the guy was saying. So the officer thought he was lying. But here's the thing. How does a cop even start running someone's info? And if I randomly approach a car, I can't just run the license plate for passengers info, especially if it's an Uber and there's a different driver. So Where do I get the info to start with? The officer had actually dealt with this guy before and tried to run his name based on memory. He put in the wrong info, which made the system show incorrect results. The guy's correct name and date of birth were what he said, but the officer thought it was wrong. So all this trouble happened because of a stop that shouldn't have occurred in the first place. The passengers were just being responsible, having a designated driver to avoid driving under the influence. And now one of them ends up in jail for no reason. Let's keep watching.
It's always a mess.
Police Chief Rick Elliott says encounters like these happen when the bars close down in downtown Jonesboro every Sunday morning. If crowds aren't cleared out quickly, he says it could lead to more shootings like the one in March on Burke Street.
At the end of the day, and it's what I tell people, comply now and complain later. If you're on a stop or in a situation when you're dealing with the police and you think it's inappropriate, comply with the officer, and then we have a complaint process.
Washington was charged with failing to appear on a previous warrant, resisting arrest, refusing to provide information, threatening with physical force, and public intoxication.
You took me to jail last time.
Indeed, Washington had been arrested before by the same officers in January for driving without insurance, driving on a suspended license, and marijuana possession.
Well, I'm glad I tased you instead of boxing.
Washington was a pro boxer who now, due to his injuries, cannot fight or play with his kids. Here's why. After bonding out of jail, he was taken to NEA Baptist, where he was hospitalized for 3 days for traumatic rhabdomyolysis.
Rhabdomyolysis is a serious and life-threatening condition also because it's not only the damage to the kidney, but it also can affect the heart, and it depends on the length and the voltage. Taser is a form of electricity that will lead to contraction of the muscles and releasing these muscles enzymes and muscle fibers.
That, coupled with Washington's alcohol consumption the night before, likely contributed to elevated CK levels. You can clearly see the taser probes latch on the leg with the metal rod.
If you hadn't made that contact, we wouldn't even have this situation.
That's why you have people that are designated drivers that don't drink.
If this would have been a car of white people, would the response have been any different?
Identical. White, brown, or black, same response.
The issue here with the chief's response is, whether it's a white person, a black person, an Asian person, or anyone else, the reaction would be the same. And that's the problem. The response shouldn't be the same regardless of who it is. It doesn't matter what your race or nationality is. No one deserves to be treated this way. Being tasered after trying to be responsible and not driving while under the influence is just wrong. You give the officer your correct info. You're not driving and you don't even have your ID on you, but they still taser you, causing injuries that send you to the hospital. This kind of treatment shouldn't happen to anyone, regardless of who they are. If this is how a department operates, then it's a serious issue.
Chief Elliott said he did not agree with how Officer Faith Kellerman handled the situation. She was found to be in violation of arrest procedures involving consensual contact. It says an officer may approach anyone, is not required to have reasonable suspicion, but may not take any steps through words or conduct to stop a person's movement, and the subject cannot be made in any way to participate. Consequently, Officer Kellerman was reprimanded. But that's not enough. According to Carter and Prunty, they want to see the policies changed.
Because community policing is not me stopping you for ID. It shouldn't be. This type of policing is what puts our community in jeopardy.
Washington is now trying to get back on his feet, literally.
I'm back on the walker. That's really depressed. Can't play with my kids like I want to.
All over a night on the town.
So why are we being stopped there? My name is Cedric.
And a chance encounter between a man and officers whose jobs are to protect and serve. Diana Davis, K8 News.
Remember earlier when the officer said, oh yeah, he's faking. Clearly, he wasn't. There was something seriously wrong, and this whole mess should have never happened. If the officers actually knew what they were doing, understood the law, and realized that the passengers didn't have to show ID, this whole ordeal could have been avoided. Let's be honest. If this is how the police treat everyone, it's a huge problem. Nobody should be treated this way, no matter their color, age, or size. For instance, think about, you're out with friends trying to be responsible by having a designated driver, but then you get caught up in a situation where the cops overreact and cause harm. It's not just frustrating. It can totally turn your life upside down. Let's say you're at a party and you've got a buddy who's decided to stay sober and drive everyone home. Then out of nowhere, the cops pull over your car, even though you're not doing anything wrong. They start asking for items from everyone, and when one of your friends doesn't have theirs on hand, they end up getting hurt. They're trying to follow the law and be responsible, but they're met with unnecessary aggression. It's a nightmare scenario, and it's exactly the kind of thing that shouldn't happen. This is one of the worst interactions I've seen, and I've seen a lot. Imagine being hurt and tasered while the cops insist you're faking it, even though you're giving them the right info. The officers messed up and relied on bad memories, and now this person's night is ruined. Their job, family time, and well-being are all affected because of a few careless mistakes. So remember, always record the police. Without footage, we wouldn't have the full picture, and things could have ended even worse. I'll keep an eye on this case and update you. Now, let's watch our next clip.
How you doing today?
Do you have any ID on you? Getting calls of suspicious people again, so
Would that
I know
be
you're over there by the library, so...
Would that be a misdemeanor or a felony?
What?
Suspicion.
Well, you're...
Because according to 34285,
right,
3.5, I'm not.
Now you're on private property, though.
No, this is a sidewalk.
But you were over here earlier.
No, I was not.
Okay, that's what they're...
The camera doesn't lie.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you going to let me see your camera?
So according to this...
Are you going to let me see your camera?
No.
Okay, so I don't know.
Not
against theirs, right?
Not unless you're going to arrest me for something.
You have your ID on you?
This code right here, specifically, yes. Huh?
What
it's 35285.3.5,
Right.
failure to ID. It only says I have to ID if I'm being charged with a crime. Do you suspect me of a crime?
Yeah, trespassing.
I need, what's your reasonable articulable suspicion?
ID?
What is your reasonable articulable
I'm asking you for ID.
suspicion?
I'm asking you for ID.
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion? I'm not under any requirement.
What's that?
That's my Fifth Amendment right.
What's that got to do with
I'm
it?
invoking it to remain silent. I'm not going to waive it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to speak to you without my lawyer at this point.
Well, you want to call him?
I don't answer questions.
See, now you don't want to talk to him. I'm going to read this, okay? You want to go?
What's your badge number, sir?
Property?
What's your badge number, sir?
3900.
You've been very professional. Thank you.
I know. See, like I said, the complaint we had was using videoing cars in here.
What's your name, sir?
Where?
What's your badge number?
6671.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes.
So you would know about asking for ID.
You don't want to answer
You're a public servant. You have to.
No,
you're under an obligation. You're a public servant.
No, you can talk
Public
to my
servant.
chief.
Bring him down here. I'd love to.
You can talk to him.
Okay, I'll go there next.
Stop in it right down the road.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the building, but if he wants to come outside, that'd be great.
That's a public building. You can go. The lobby is fine.
Well, this is a public building. I mean,
But it's also private property.
it uses government resources.
But it's
so,
also
but if they said I'm over here, this is still public access. You realize that?
Private property.
Look, handicaps. Nobody's come out here and said that, and I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's come out here and asked me to leave. If you're going to say for trespassing, if you're going to say trespassing, I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's asked me to leave.
Well, when I was talking to you earlier.
Yes, sir.
It was a little unusual because we don't have someone, walking around videotaping, so just out of the ordinary. Why I was down there earlier, so I haven't been in to talk with them there, but it could be that they're a little bit afraid to come out because you never know these days what'll happen.
What do you mean what'll happen? I have a Nikon, not a Canon.
I understand, but but I'm just saying, how they, people doing things nowadays. You don't know if somebody's got a weapon on them, if they're gonna.
Oh, I'm totally unarmed.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, I have no weapons on me whatsoever.
Because sometimes people do a lot of research, before they. That's why.
This is Division of Family Resources, not to mention the WIC building.
Oh, yeah.
This is a government entity. If they rent space out of here and they have a public parking area, it's public.
Well, it's public access.
Yeah, public access, which means I have a right to be on it if I need to be on it.
Right.
If I want to walk through here and walk around and do the horseshoe, that's fine. That's my business to be on here to see if the WIC office is maintaining their property. If the taxpayer dollars is getting the trash out of here, making sure it's not, I mean, there's not enough parking. Everybody's parking on the streets. Everybody's parking where they're not supposed to be parking. So if I wanted to walk through here and count all the parking spaces, nobody can tell me no. I have business on the property, if I was even on the property, which I was not.
Not in front of them.
Right.
Not in front of them.
Right. Thank you, sir. Am I being detained?
We're just waiting to see if they want you no trespass.
So am I being detained?
You are till they tell us.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
What did I just tell you?
I'd like your supervisor out here. Call a supervisor because you're illegally detaining me. You cannot show me. You cannot show me what I'm doing wrong. Are you illegally detaining me?
We'll find you.
I'm in a bright freaking vest. Of course you're going to find me.
Am I holding you?
I'm asking if I'm being detained.
Am I holding you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining
Or
you?
am I free to go?
Bye.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay, right?
Bye. On the sidewalk, right.
I've always been on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Or the public easement.
How long is your battery good for?
Considering I have several battery backups, about 18 hours.
At least you got a nice day.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
I said, excuse me, I don't want to walk between you guys and get shot or tased.
Well, I guarantee
I'm going to go
we're
that
not
way.
gonna shoot at each other with you walking between
Well,
us.
I just want to make sure I'm giving you notice because I want to see if there's any emergency lights on.
Plenty path there. Emergency lights,
Yeah, I mean, he's well. A lot of times the officers, no lights in the front, emergency lights in the rear. He doesn't have any emergency lights. He's parked in a no parking area. I just want to see.
No parking sign?
You tell me.
I see a no parking sign.
Okay. I do see him blocking the driveway though. The entry.
Where?
Right there on the curve. If I was parked there, I'd get a ticket. But I don't see the emergency.
Okay. All right. Well, they don't want you on the property, so as long as you stay off the property.
Well, don't shoot anybody. Don't.
Being prepared is key in any situation, especially when dealing with law enforcement. Every citizen in the United States should be ready to assert their rights when faced with unlawful directives from law enforcement officers. Always knowing how to respond when faced with unlawful requests for identification. If an officer asks for ID without a valid reason, you should calmly ask, "What crime have I committed?" Similarly, if unlawfully detained, asking, "What crime do you suspect me of committing?" It is important, even if told you're under arrest, it's crucial to inquire, "What reasonable, articulable suspicion do you have of me committing a crime?" It's straightforward. Without a crime, the officer's authority is limited. Unfortunately, in some areas, police might cuff you first and then investigate. That's why knowing your rights is crucial. Preparation is key, and it's not difficult. Let's learn from Indiana news and ensure we're ready for such situations. Even if it means carrying reminders of the key things to say, let's do it to stay prepared. Keeping these phrases handy can make a big difference in protecting our rights and ensuring fair treatment. If you enjoyed these videos, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with your friends and family. Your support can really make a difference in spreading awareness, and don't forget to head over to their channel to appreciate him for standing up for our rights. Links in the video's description.
Can I speak with you just a moment?
Sure.
How are you today?
All right.
My name's Officer McPherson.
A little hot.
I'm with the police department here in
Sure.
Bristol. The reason I'm talking to you is we've gotten some complaints about you going around filming in police department parking lots, things like that. What's going on?
Just doing some filming today.
Just doing some filming today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you looking into some of the Commonwealth attorneys' cars and things like that?
I'm just...
Places where they have a reasonable expectation of privacy?
You know there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public, sir.
There is, sir. Inside of vehicles there is.
Now,
absolutely.
if you can see it from public, sir, you know better than that.
No, that's not entirely accurate.
Is that right? You all don't use, you all use that to your benefit?
No, sir.
It's not?
Absolutely not. Do you have your ID on you?
No, sir, I don't have an ID on me.
You don't have an ID on you?
No, sir.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm not giving my name, sir. I have no reason to.
Okay.
It's called the plain view doctrine. You should know about that. Anything you can see from public view is filmable and recordable.
Okay. So, trespassing on property like over here where you're not allowed to be, restricted areas?
Where's restricted areas?
Right over here
show me where it's restricted.
Right over here where you were just
Okay,
at.
let's go.
We're not walking over there.
Show me where it's restricted. Where does it say restricted? Where's the restricted signs? Where's the private property signs?
You're over here on
Where's
fire
the no
property.
Where?
You're over here on fire department property.
Fire department.
That's not public property.
Yes, sir, it is.
No, sir, it's not.
It's not funded by the public.
It is funded by the
then
public.
it's public property.
But they have a reasonable expectation of privacy of the fire department too.
Sir, you don't know what the plain view doctrine is, do you?
Are you the attorney?
How do you know I'm not an attorney?
Are you the attorney?
How do you know I'm not an attorney? How do you know I'm not an attorney?
I don't know. That's why.
Well, all right. Well, don't doubt my intelligence.
I'm trying to have a conversation.
Well, I am trying to have one with you too.
Okay. All right. So
you know what the plain view doctrine is, right? You know what the plain view doctrine is, right?
Things like that.
You know what the plain view doctrine is, right?
I do know what the plain view.
Well, then why are you even questioning? I
is?
absolutely do. Anything that you can see from public is recordable.
Okay. So you're saying
that simple.
You're saying that people don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy inside their vehicle?
No, sir. They have to. The onus is on them to create that privacy, just like in your squad car. I can walk up to your squad car right now and film everything I can see in here because it's called plain view doctrine. You've left your computer on, which is not a good thing.
Is it not?
Because that's on you to create that privacy on that computer, right?
Okay.
Right?
No.
That's not right.
No.
Is it on me to create that privacy? Am I the one that's supposed to shut it?
Are you schooled with the police department policy or anything like
I
that?
am, sir, and in normal constitutional law as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Are you?
So basically you're just out here to cause trouble for everybody.
I didn't talk to anybody. So who's causing the trouble? You're the one that stopped me. You're the one that stopped me.
I'm not stopping you.
Yes, you did. You hollered for me and told me to stop. Did you not? Did you not? All right. So then you stopped me. So don't say you didn't. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Do you mind if I talk for just a second?
I'll talk to you, but he ain't make fucking sense.
So we got a call down here.
He's been
As you probably understand, you're open carrying a firearm, which is fine, okay? And you
Yes,
also
sir.
have a mask on. That
Yes,
can cause
sir.
some public concern.
With the COVID today, seriously?
I'm just saying, somebody openly
Seriously?
Just
Now,
understand,
who's being
just
ridiculous?
understand where I'm coming from, okay?
No, I don't know
I'm
where
just
you're
telling
coming
you
from.
what the call was that we received.
Well, I don't give a shit what the call was.
So that's why
if I'm breaking a law,
we come down here to make
raise
sure
your voice to me, sir. You're the servant.
To make
Understand
sure
that
you are safe.
Don't
and everyone else is safe. Okay.
I'm carrying a
happy
firearm.
to talk over.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Have a nice day, bitch. Fuck you. I ain't wasting my breath with your dumb ass. I'm done.
Have a good day, sir.
Keep stepping, bitch. You're dismissed.
Have a good day.
Fuck you. Need to close the curtains. I've got social security numbers all in the open. That's called plain view doctrine. Dumb shits.
Right now, you're admitted to identity theft. You're stealing people's ID information.
If it was, it's on them. They're the one to get in trouble. You dumb bitch. It's not my responsibility to hide people's information, is it? Is it? Is it? Yeah. On them, because they're the ones that would lose it, you shit. You want to go there? Are you that stupid?
Are you?
No, I'm not, because I'm standing there. If it was identity theft, you'd be hooking me the fuck up, wouldn't you?
Well, right now you're being
Hook me the fuck up.
Right now you're being disorderly.
This is not disorderly. You can't be the complainant in a disorderly, you stupid shit. God almighty, y'all are fucking retarded. Am I wrong? Yeah, you're wrong. You can be the complaint in a disturbance call. You are retarded. Then hook me up then. Dumb fuckers. How fucking stupid. Bristol's finest right there, and I thought I wasn't gonna get nothing today.
Sorry for the pacing back and forth and turning around all the time. He had me fired up, guys. I was tore up.
What a bunch of retards. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck bad cops. 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 Well, boys and girls, that's how you fucking do it. What retards do they have working for Bristol? Bristol's stupidest right there. I get tired of listening to shit. I don't want to sit and argue with them. It ain't worth my fucking breath. Yeah, and I'm going to put all that info out there because it ain't my responsibility, is it? You dumb son of a bitches. Get off the gun range and go to the law library. Quit learning how to shoot and learn how to fucking learn the law. You dumb ass. Sorry for the zoom again, guys. I swear, when I get that gimbal, everything will be better, I tell you.
The incident happened in a Memorial Park and a nearby police department parking lot. A journalist was filming the area with a camera when police noticed and confronted him. This situation involves the plain view doctrine, which allows police to take things they see clearly from a place they're allowed to be. But this rule applies differently to regular people, especially journalists. The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects the right to record public officials in public places. The journalist argued that filming in public is allowed because there's no expectation of privacy in those areas. This view is supported by cases like Glegg v. Conifa, which upheld the right to film officials, including the president. The journalist refused to stop filming or show ID because of these rights, stressing the right to observe and record public activities. The officer was concerned about privacy, especially around personal vehicles and visible areas. While protecting privacy is important, it can clash with First Amendment rights. The officer's demand for ID and to stop filming without clear reason or immediate threat might infringe on constitutional protections. Legal precedent suggests that public spaces have less privacy protection than private ones. The Supreme Court has often ruled that things seen in public don't have the same privacy as those in private places. This incident shows the ongoing debate between public rights and privacy. What do you think about how the officer acted and the journalist's refusal to stop filming? Was there a better way to handle this? How should we balance our rights in public spaces? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep discussing these important issues. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how everyday actions relate to our rights and values.